Hi, Ed Taylor here. This is the first chance I've actually had to be on video in 2010. So this is the new me. I've trimmed the whiskers down a little bit. I had so much fun doing all this Santa Claus stuff that I did at the end of the year. We raised money for the local hospitals and charities, and it was just a terrific amount of fun. And, you know, a couple of other things I just wanted to mention real quick before we get into the internet marketing thing. One is I just came off of an 8-day fast. I was on a water fast since January 1 right up until yesterday, Friday the 8th. Today's the 9th. And it was a really remarkable experience. A lot of you know that I've lost a lot of weight. I'm down about 115 pounds now. And I wasn't doing the fast to lose weight. It was more of a cleanse and that sort of thing. But it was incredibly interesting. It was much easier than I expected. But anyway, if you haven't considered doing something like that, I'll just put it out there. For me, it was very, very profound. One other quick little thing. Several years ago, I mentioned that I had sleep apnea, and I had a ton of people respond back with their experience with it, or family members who had sleep apnea. I would just want to announce that I no longer use the CPAP machine. I've not done the sleep apnea kind of went away as my weight loss occurred, and so that's been a huge benefit. So if any of you know anybody or you're suffering from sleep apnea yourself, losing a few pounds will, at least in my case, it made that go away. But today, the purpose of this video is this. I've been thinking about and working on a little bit the webinar that I'm going to do on Tuesday. The webinar is about increasing your website conversions. And as I was doing some of the research and I started thinking about my own personal experience and some of the experiences I've had with my clients, I just really wanted to get you a few tips and a few tactics and a few strategies that you can be aware of in case you can't attend the webinar. I hope you can be there when you can get all the meat and all the stuff, but if not, there are a few things I want you to be really aware of. And let me explain briefly what I'm talking about when I say a website conversion. All of us with our small business websites, we have visitors, a certain number of visitors who come to our website every day, every week, every month, and so on. It might be dozens or hundreds or thousands of visitors. And what we want to do is we want to get those visitors who visit the website to actually take an action. We want them to buy something, or we want them to opt into our email list, or we want them to call us, or whatever your particular action is that you would like your visitors to take. That's what we would call a conversion. And as we move into 2010, one of the things that you can do to maximize or to boost the profits and the effectiveness of your business is to increase that conversion ratio of your website. In other words, if we can get 7 people out of every 100 who visit your website to opt into your email list instead of 3, that's going to make a significant difference. And there are several little tactics, several things that you can do to boost that conversion ratio. So what I want to do is I'm going to cover that in depth, of course, on the webinar on Tuesday, but between now and then I want to give you some things to look at. The first one is you want to notice where your website visitors are coming from. The source of your visitor will have an impact on your conversion ratio. Some sites just deliver people who don't buy or who don't convert. Certain search terms, if they get to your site from Google, organic searches, you might find that people with those searches don't convert well. So that's one thing. The other thing that you want to be aware of is the site design itself. The site must meet the visitor expectation, not so much what your likes are, but what the visitor would expect to see from a website of your type. So that design is crucial to the website conversion element. The next is the written content of your site. Your headlines, the words that you structure into your headlines and into the content, into your subheads and into your bullet points. Each of those are crucial and they'll have a dramatic impact on the conversion ratio of your website. Another is video. Video, when used properly, and it is often used improperly, so it's not every use of video, but video when used properly can have a dramatic impact on the conversion ratio of your website. So those are some of the things that we're going to cover in more depth. If you're not thinking of those things right now, or if you haven't really examined those on your website, do. Those specific tactics will have a very, very dramatic effect on the conversion ratio of your website. So scrutinize your website closely, look at those things, and look at many other things that affect your conversion ratio. And I hope that you can join me on Tuesday. The deadline to register for that webinar is Monday at 5 p.m. So please, if you're on this page now, scroll right down, all the information there, register now. You can join any one of the webinars or all three, and you get a little discount for doing that. But I just wanted to get this message to you. This is going to be a great series of events, and I just want to wish you also a terrific 2010.